Today we are discussing quantitative and qualitative aspects of evaluation. Quantitative aspects of evaluation. Quantitative evaluation involves the systematic collection and analysis of numerical data to measure the effectiveness, efficiency, or impact of a program, process, or intervention. This type of evaluation answers questions such as how many, who was involved, what were the outcome, how much. So, quantitative aspects of evaluation frequently relies on the collection and analysis of data in number form. It involves how many. For example, how many participants were involved in a program or how many objectives were met. Who was involved? This looks at demographic or participation data to identify who took part in the intervention. What were the outcome? What were the outcome? This involves measuring the result or impact using specific indicators or metrics. How much? This could refer to the magnitude of change, such as the extent of improvement or the degree of impact achieved. Quantitative evaluation often involves using tools like survey, test, and statistical analysis to gather and interpret data. The results are typically expressed in numbers, percentages, or other measurable units, providing a clear and objective basis for decision making and further action. Quantitative techniques of evaluation. Quantitative techniques are methods used to collect and analyze numerical data systematically. In various fields, including education, these techniques help in assessing outcome, performance, or effectiveness. Here are some commonly used quantitative techniques. Surveys and questionnaires. Surveys and questionnaires. These tools involve structured set of questions designed to gather information from a large group of people. Responses are typically collected in a standardized format such as multiple choice questions or rating scales, making them easy to analyze statistically. Pre-test and post-test. These are assessments administered before and after an intervention, program, or educational course to measure change or impact. By comparing the result of pre-test and post-test, evaluators can quantify the effectiveness of the intervention. Review of existing documents. This involves analyzing existing records or documents such as attendance logs, performance reports, or academic records. This data can provide insight into trends, patterns, and outcomes without the need for a new data collection. In education, oral test. These are assessments where students respond verbally to questions, allowing evaluators to measure knowledge or skill through spoken responses. Written test. These include exam quizzes and standardized tests that assess knowledge, understanding, or skills in a specific subject. The results are quantifiable and can be used to compare performance across individuals or groups. Practical test. These involves hands-on tasks or activities such as laboratory experiments or skilled demonstrations where performance is measured and scored to provide quantitative data. By employing these techniques, educators and evaluators can obtain objective quantifiable data to support conclusion and making informed decisions. Importance of quantitative evaluation. Quantitative evaluation is crucial for assessing the effectiveness of programs, interventions, or implementations. Here, a more detailed breakdown of its importance. Numerical measurements. Numerical terms. Quantitative evaluation allows for the measurement of an implementation's depth and breadth using numerical data. This enables a clear and objective assessment of performance, progress, or impact. Outcome and impact analysis. By collecting data before and after an intervention, quantitative evaluation can demonstrate the changes attributable to the intervention. This helps in understanding the direct outcomes and long term impact. Generalizability. Quantitative data often involve large sample sizes, making it easier to generalize findings to a large population. This is particularly important when trying to understand the broader implications of an intervention. Ease of analysis. Numerical data can be systematically analyzed using statistical tools, providing a straightforward way to identify trends, correlations, and causations. This simplifies the progress of drawing meaningful conclusions. Reliability and consistency. Reliability and consistency. Quantitative methods, when properly designed, can yield consistent and reliable results. They minimize personal biases and subjective interpretations, ensuring that the evaluation can be repeated with similar outcomes. Overall, quantitative evaluation offers a structured and precise approach to measuring the effectiveness of interventions, allowing for data driven decision making and improvement strategies. Limitations of quantitative evaluation. Limited scope of measurement. Quantitative evaluation focuses primarily on aspects that can be measured numerically, such as test scores, grades, or attendance rate. It often overlooks quantitative factors like personal growth, creativity, critical thinking, and emotional development, which are harder to quantify. Only gives idea about facts of numerically measuring aspects. Lack of depth. While quantitative data can show trends and patterns, it doesn't delve into the deeper reasons behind those numbers. For example, test scores might indicate a student's performance level but do not explain why a student is performing a certain way or how they feel about the learning process. Static evaluation points. Next is static evaluation points. Quantitative evaluation often happens at fixed points, such as before and after a course. This approach can miss the nuances of the learning journey, such as the day to day progress, the struggle faced, and the moment of breakthrough that occur throughout the learning process. Oversimplification. Quantitative methods can oversimplify complex phenomena. For instance, reducing student success to a single metric like a test score can ignore the multifaceted nature of learning, which include motivation, engagement, and socio-emotional factors. Next, context insensitivity. Numbers alone do not provide the context necessary for understanding the full picture. For example, a decline in performance metrics might be attributed to a range of factors such as changes in teaching methods, external stressors of students, or differences in cohort characteristics which are not captured through quantitative evaluation. Next, potential for misinterpretation. Quantitative results can be misinterpreted or misused, especially when they are taken out of context. For example, high sources may lead to the assumption that the teaching methods are effective for all students, overlooking those who might have excelled due to external support or pre existing knowledge. Next, inflexibility. Quantitative evaluation relies on predefined metrics and criteria, making it less adaptable to unexpected outcome or unique individual experiences. It often fails to capture the evolving and dynamic nature of learning environments. In conclusion, while quantitative evaluation is valuable for measuring certain aspects of performance, it has significant limitations in capturing the full spectrum of experiences. Progress and outcomes can, especially in complex fields like education. Qualitative evaluation. Qualitative evaluation are the evaluation based on attributes. Qualitative evaluation focuses on understanding the underlying qualities, processes, and meaning of a particular phenomena. Attribute based analysis. Unlike quantitative evaluation, which deals with numbers and measurable data, qualitative evaluation is centered on understanding the attributes, characteristics, and essence of a subject. It explores the how and why behind various phenomena, giving a more holistic view. Exploratory nature. Qualitative evaluation is often exploratory, answering questions like what is the value added? What is the value added? Who is responsible? It delves into the underlying reasons, motivations, and contextual factors that influence outcome. Contextual understanding. It provides a rich, in-depth understanding of the context in which events occur. By exploring the circumstances, environments, and interaction involved, qualitative evaluation offers insights that are often missed by quantitative methods. Next, methods of data collection. Direct or participant observation. Observing behaviors, actions, and interactions in their natural settings. This method helps in understanding process, relationships, and social dynamics as they occur in real time. Interview. Conducting one-on-one or group interviews allows evaluators to gather detailed information directly from participants. Open-ended questions enabled participants to express their experiences, perspectives, and feelings in their own words. Focus groups. Small group discussion that facilitate the sharing of diverse perspectives on a specific topic. This method encourages dialogues and interactions among participants, leading to a deeper understanding of collective experiences and options. Case studies. In-depth exploration of a particular case, such as an individual, group, or event. Case studies provide a comprehensive and detailed examination of complex issues within the real-life context. Strength of qualitative evaluation. Depth and richness. Qualitative evaluation provides a detailed and nuanced understanding of complex issues, capturing the depth and richness of human experiences and interactions. Next, flexibility. The qualitative approach is flexible and adaptable, allowing evaluators to explore the unexpected findings or adjust their focus based on emerging insights. Next, explaining why and how. While quantitative data can indicate trends or patterns, qualitative evaluation helps explain why those trends exist and how they came to be. It uncovers the underlying causes, motivations, and mechanism at play. Next, context sensitivity. Qualitative evaluation considers the broader context, including cultural, social, and environmental factors, providing a more holistic view of the situation. Limitations of qualitative evaluation. Number 1, subjectivity. Number 2, consuming. Number 3, limited generalizability. Number 4, complex analysis. 1. Subjectivity. Qualitative data can be subjective and influenced by perspectives and biases of both participants and evaluators. This subjectivity can affect the interpretation and generalizability of findings. Time consuming. Collecting and analyzing qualitative data can be time-consuming and resource-intensive. Interview, focus group, and case studies often require significant effort to gather and interpret. Next, limited generalizability. Because of qualitative evaluation focuses on specific cases or context, its findings may not be easily generalizable to larger population. Next, complex analysis. Analyzing qualitative data involves identifying themes, patterns, and narratives which can be complex and require a high level of skills and expertise. In summary, qualitative evaluation offers a detailed, in-depth understanding of complex phenomena, emphasizing the how and why behind outcome. It provides valuable insights that are not accessible through quantitative methods alone, but it also comes with challenges related to subjectivity, time, and generalizability. Qualitative techniques of evaluation. Qualitative techniques of evaluation are methods used to gather non-numerical data, often to gain insights into behaviors, experiences, or attitudes. Brief overview of the techniques. Number 1, observation. Involves watching and recording behaviors, events, or conditions in a systematic way. Helps understand interaction, behaviors, and processes as they occur naturally. Can be participant observation, researcher actively engages, or non-participant observation, researcher does not engage. Next, interview. Involves direct face-to-face or virtual questioning to gather in-depth information. Can be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Useful for exploring complex issues, feelings, or experiences. Next, rating scale. A tool that involves assigning a value to a characteristics of or behavior. Provides a way to quantify qualitative observation. Commonly used in surveys or assessments to gauge opinions, attitudes, or behaviors. Next, checklist. A list of items, behaviors, or characteristics that are marked as present or absent. Helps in systematically recording whether certain criteria are met. Useful for ensuring consistency and completeness in evaluations. Cumulative records. Comprehensive, ongoing records of an individual's development, performance, and achievements over time. Provides a holistic view of progress and changes. Useful in educational settings to track academic and personal growth. Next, anecdotal records. Brief, descriptive accounts of specific incident or behaviors observed. Offers detailed insight into particular events or patterns of behavior. Helps identify trends or issues that may need further attention. Next, psychological test. In example, intelligence test, personality test. Standardized instruments used to measure specific psychological traits or characteristics. Intelligence test assess cognitive abilities such as reasoning, problem solving, and memory. Personality test evaluate personality traits, behaviors, and emotional functioning. Useful for gaining a deeper understanding of individual differences. These techniques are often used in combination to provide a comprehensive evaluation. Importance of qualitative evaluation. For improvement in education, qualitative evaluation plays a crucial role in the educational process by providing a more in-depth understanding of various aspects of learning and teaching. For improvement in education, qualitative evaluation helps educators to identify strength and weakness in teaching methods, curriculum design, and student engagement. It allows for a detailed analysis of the learning process, revealing areas needing improvement and leading to more effective teaching strategies. Continuous evaluation. Continuous evaluation. Unlike standardized tests, qualitative evaluation involves continuous assessment of students' progress over time. This ongoing process helps track changes and developments in students' knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Continuous evaluation ensures that intervention can be made promptly to support students who may be struggling. Focus on behavioral change in students. Qualitative evaluation goes beyond academic performance to consider students' behavioral changes such as social skills, emotional development, and attitudes towards learning. By focusing on these aspects, educators can support the holistic development of students, fostering both personal and academic growth. Deepest study. Qualitative evaluation provides a deeper understanding of students' learning experiences, motivations, and challenges. It allows educators to explore the reasons behind students' performance, identifying underlying factors that affect learning outcomes. This in depth insight enables a more personalized approach to teaching and learning. Performance categorization. Excellent, good, poor. Qualitative evaluation helps categorize students' performance in a nuanced way, considering various aspects like effort, participation, creativity, and problem solving skills. Such categorization can highlight areas of excellence as well as areas needing improvement rather than just providing a numerical score. This holistic view of performance encourages a growth mindset among students, emphasizing progress and effort over simple grading. Overall, qualitative evaluation contributes to a more comprehensive understanding of the educational experience, focusing not just on what students learn but also on how they learn and grow as individuals. This leads to a more supportive, adaptive, and enriching educational environment. Difference between quantitative and qualitative aspects of education. Traditional or quantitative assessment. One short standardized exam. Students are evaluated through standardized tests that occur at a specific point in time, often focusing on a wide range of content. In qualitative assessment, continuous long-term assessment. Learning is assessed continuously over time, providing a more comprehensive view of student progress. Timed multiple choice format. Tests are often timed and use format like multiple choice questions which have clear right or wrong answers. Unlimited free responses. Qualitative assessment. Number 2, unlimited free response. Assessment allow for open-ended responses and give students the time to articulate their understanding in depth. Decontextualized test items. Test questions are usually abstract and removed from real-world context, focusing more on rote learning. Contextualized communicative task. Tasks are embedded in real-world or meaningful context, encouraging practical application of knowledge. Score suffice for feedback. Feedback is given in the form of scores or grades with little room for further learning from the assessment itself. Formative interactive feedback provides detailed interactive feedback that helps students understand their progress and areas for improvement. Focus on right answer. The emphasis is on finding the one correct answer, often neglecting the process or thought behind it. Open-ended creative answers. Students are encouraged to explore multiple solutions or perspectives, fostering creativity and critical thinking. Summative. Typically used for summative assessment, which evaluates what students have learned at the end of a course or unit. Formative. primarily used for formative assessment which supports ongoing learning and development. Oriented to product focuses on the final result or product of learning rather than how the student got there. Oriented to process focuses on the learning process, emphasizing how students arrive at their answers. Non-interactive performance. Students complete assessments independently with no interaction during the testing process. Interactive performance may include interactive elements like discussions, peer assessments, or collaborative projects. Fosters extrinsic motivation. Motivation is driven by external factors such as grade, score, and external rewards. Fosters intrinsic motivation, encourages learning for personal growth and satisfaction, promoting internal motivation. So, traditional quantitative assessments focuses on measuring learning outcome in a standardized manner, while alternate qualitative assessment emphasizing ongoing conceptualized evaluation of the learning process, fostering a more holistic and intrinsic approach to education. Evaluation devices. Evaluation devices can be categorized into quantitative and qualitative methods based on their nature and purpose. Quantitative evaluation devices. These methods measure learning or performance in numerical terms and often include scoring or grading. Oral test. A verbal assessment where students answer questions orally. While it may seem qualitative, it can be quantified based on scoring rubrics. Written includes tests or exams where students respond in writing, can include essay type, in-depth answers to open-ended questions evaluated using a scoring guide, short answer type, concise responses to direct questions allowing for partial credit scoring, objective type, multiple choice, true or false, and matching questions with clearly defined correct answers, practical based, tasks that require students to demonstrate skills or knowledge in a hands-on way scored with a rubric. Qualitative evaluation devices. These methods provide descriptive feedback and insight into learning or performance. Interview. A structured or semi-structured conversation aimed at gaining in-depth information, often used for assessment through open-ended responses. Observation. Monitoring students' behavior, skills, or performance in a natural or structured setting with findings often recorded in narrative or descriptive form. Questionnaires. Surveys with open-ended questions that allow for subjective responses, providing insight into attitudes, opinions, or feelings. Records. Includes portfolio, reflective journals, or anecdotal records that give a more comprehensive view of progress and abilities. Checklist. A list of criteria used to assess performance or completion of tasks, providing yes or no or present or absent type of evaluation. Rating scale. A numerical scale, example 1 to 5, used to rate the level of performance or understanding. Records. Records includes logs or journals where quantitative data like attendance, etc.